Hangout is on air live. Hello, all you fellow people. Oh, let's see out there. I hope you watched my little video.
I did. I watched your channel. I watched your video, Kansas.
You did?
I'm a good friend.
Oh, let's see out there. I hope you watched my little video.
You got your YouTube thing going, bro. You gotta shut that down. I watched your video, Kansas.
Hold on, I gotta turn
I'm
it.
a good friend.
Had two going at once. That's confusing.
Yep. They're not over.
Yeah, I found this little video. And as I told him, I don't like losing my rights for their religion. I think that's what this pretty much comes down to. Is the weirdest thing I've ever. I don't quite understand why they just see that they got to kill. Well, I think they got a plan. They're going to kill all the gays first, and then they'll come after us.
I don't know, man. I don't think there's. That's the one dude that did the one thing, and the politicians, they're jumping all over it like every single time this kind of thing happens. They're going to jump all over it, saying it's the gun's fault, not the radical Muslim behind the gun. It was the gun's fault.
But that's the thing. In that video, they were saying, "Oh, we're not radical Muslims. It's an everyday thing. If our God says it's time for the gays to die, that they need to die, that's what we're willing to do for it. So it's not radical to do it. So they're not radical Muslims.
Did the guy actually come out and say that? I don't know. I didn't watch it. Because if that's what he said, he's totally correct. Radical Islam is the Islam that Americans want all Islamic people to be like. Being radical is being Americanized and not following the beliefs of the Quran. Because the Quran tells you to kill the infidels.
Yeah. And see, the thing is, if you're gay or something like that, it says that you need to be beheaded or, are rocked or stoned to death. And
building, right?
And as he said, they're more than happy to do. He said, "Who of you would do this for your God?" Or he named him out, and they all held their hand up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not radical for them to kill. It's just normal for them to kill. It's radical for us to think that it's radical.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
I say we need to get rid of them. They're right here in the United States talking that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you figure there was 200 guys in there, well, 200 guys. That's about every damn little no gun place there, no gun area there is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's all they're going to do. They're going to go to the places that you can't have your guns, and they're going to blow people away.
So crazy.
I thought that I was looking at that. I mean, when I first found it, I had to watch it twice. I mean, I was like, they didn't just say what I think they said.
I'm surprised they would even air something like that. I mean, that goes against everybody's agenda when it comes to Muslims and being tolerant and all that shit.
I think they're just tired. The thing is, it's out there just like everything's always been. It's always been on record. It's always right there. Just no one bothered looking for it.
Right.
And it does right there. We love to kill gays. It's going to do. They're trying to make a point that they're not radical for doing it. And I find that very, very, very offensive. So what, can I get rid of them?
Right.
I mean, what do we do? Do we just sit here and let them take our? I mean, every time one of those little son of bitches decide, okay, we're gonna go kill some more gay guys. Well, there goes our rights a little bit further gone. So for every time they kill to do what they want to do, we get punished.
Nope.
I call that some bullshit. I mean, that's just I don't know. It's so.
It, it's the same old shit, different day. That's all it is, man. And that's why I kind of got sick of it. I'm not really into watching the news much anymore because it's the same old shit every day. And I'm so tired of it. Yes, they're always trying to get guns. Yes, anytime there's a mass shooting, they're going to come after them even harder.
Yeah, but in this case, it's their religion that tells them they need to kill the gays. They need to kill us.
Oh yeah, I know. Real Muslims won't deny that at all. But our American government's going to call them radical Islamics or whatever else Obama is going to call them at the time. Those are normal Islamics. That's how it is. Do I like that fact? No. Do I believe that they have a right to, practice whatever belief they want to practice? Sure. As long as they're not coming after me. If they do, then they will have to suffer those consequences, right? Just like I don't care if you're homosexual as long as you're not waving your dick in my face. If you wave your dick in my face, I'm going to hit you in the nuts at best, right? And it's the same thing. Live and let live. That's the American way, supposed to be, But I don't care if Islamics want to. I don't care what religion you are, but don't come fucking with me, or I will fuck you back. The whole. Well, that could be for the gay stuff too. I guess.
But I mean, honestly, if you think about it, really think about it, we've lost a lot of our rights due to their bullshit. And I believe for every time they go out and do that, we need to go into their little mosque and break up some shit, blow some shit up, and then leave for every time. Every time they do it, that we need to do it for them. Maybe they learn to leave our shit alone.
A lot of what it is that we got involved in a lot of shit in the past, and we kind of pissed them off to the point where now we don't think very long in the past, right? We kind of live in the moment, especially nowadays. The next Survivor or the next American Idol or whatever, we forget about all the shit in the past, and so we're not realizing that they are still dwelling in the 60s and the 70s and what we did in those years and how it affected their families back then. They're still coming after us for revenge on that shit, right? So America getting their ass involved in all this crap is not helping. If we were more of an isolationist country, like I think we were founded on trying to be that. I don't know. I could be wrong. If we were an isolationist country, though, a lot of this shit wouldn't even fucking matter. But we got to be the world's police. Why? Why do we have to police the world? Why can't we take care of our own homeland? Why can't we have a border and make people go through the right friggin' situation in order to become an American? Why do we have to get involved in other people's personal shit? Unless it affects us directly. That's where the whole "don't tread on me" flag came from in the first place. We're a snake in the grass, a rattlesnake, right? A rattlesnake isn't aggressive unless you mess with it. And that's exactly how America should be, in my opinion.
Yep, pretty much. I mean, I'm in total agreement with you on that one. And the thing is, we got these guys now living in our country, doing what they say on there, pretty much killing gays when they want, go in, have a good shootout. They set it up, they work it out, And then we got Obama, who, oh well, they're peaceful. They never do anything wrong. Clinton, oh well, they're peaceful. They ain't no fucking more peaceful than the man on the moon. These people are looking for a chance to beat
Well,
some ass.
that's where the Democrats run into a problem with their stuff that they spew out, right? It's because they spew out all the stuff that sounds good, but in theory, there's no logic behind it, right? They'll come out and blame the gun, or they say Muslim is a religion of peace, but then they're proven wrong many times, and then they have to backtrack and try to respin that. And oh, it wasn't radical Islam; it was this one guy who just didn't like gay people and was able to get a gun.
I mean, hell, McCain ought to have kept his nuts instead of sit there and backtrack. Oh well, I didn't mean to say that. I misspoke. He went. Did you hear about that? Where McCain went and I guess he told him that it was all Obama's fault.
McCain is a fucking rhino, in my opinion. I can't wait to get him out.
Oh, I know he's a rhino, but he said it was all Obama's fault and et cetera, et cetera. And he said he just misspoke. I was like, yeah, just keep your nuts. Just admit it. It is his fault. It's ridiculous. We
Not just Obama's fault, man. Look back, dude. We've been doing this shit since the 60s.
know Clinton.
And even before then, with like World War II, we wanted to get into that war real bad, but we needed a way to get into it. And luckily, the Japanese, helped us out with that one. And some would say that was even a conspiracy way back then that we knew.
Known like way ahead of time, just like they did in 9/11.
I don't know if I believe in it yet, right? Because I haven't done enough research, but I've been told that some people believe that the American government knew very well that Pearl Harbor was coming. And I already know that we definitely gave the Japanese no other option. We cut off their shipping lines, right? So they couldn't get shit. Well, right there, that's kind of fucking with somebody, ain't it? And it was egging them on.
Yeah, we asked for it on that part, but the fact of the matter is, they knew a little ahead of hand that there was a group of ships. They had 3 or 4 spotters say there was a group of ships heading down that lane. They knew there was coming, and I believe they were stupid. They just thought they were too powerful and no one would fuck with us, and just let it go. And it costed them.
The whole American government thing pisses me off. I mean, today's world is even mind-blowing pissing me off. But looking back on it, because for a long time I thought, oh yeah, nowadays kind of sucks. We don't have nearly as many freedoms as we used to. And back in the good old days of the 1960s or whatever. The 1960s, first of all, was only the good old days if you were white and male. But also, it wasn't even that good because our rights were gone way before then. Then I looked back even further and I was like, well, I guess our rights really went away when the whole Firearms Act came in place in the 30s, so you can have fully automatics.
Pretty much.
Like, what? No, it goes back even further than that. If you really think about it, it was the whiskey tax, which was only a few years after our country was founded. And we almost had another Revolutionary War or Civil War right then and there because people didn't want to pay a penny on their whiskey. And that's what started bootlegging and moonshining all, right then. And then property tax, that was another big one that came about. You mean the land that I bought in the land of the free is not free anymore? I have to pay the government for that? That's not freedom. Every freaking constitutional right since then has been friggin' overlooked so many times in so many different areas. Are you living in a free country? Do you have the right to do anything without the American government say so? Can you have the freedom of travel, go down to Walmart and buy something freely? No, you can't, because your car has to be registered. You have to have insurance. Even if you bike there, you have to go on their paved roads and you have to be in the right lane in order to do it, all in the name of safety. You can't ride a motorcycle without a helmet. You can't drive a car without a seatbelt. Why is this? It's my own personal shit. I have insurance, and even if I didn't, then that would be on me, not the American taxpayer. It's this whole nanny state that we know best. We know what you need. You don't. And there is nothing in this land that is free anymore. It's all a freaking illusion.
True.
Sorry, that's my little rant for the day. That's why I don't really get into this anymore, because I get that worked up and I get mad and I start making no sense whatsoever, and probably 90% of what I say is bullshit. But at the same time, it pisses me off. So,
Well, you're right on right now. I mean, you're spot on. Fact of the matter is, we've been losing our. But the thing is, since it's hit this year, or in the last 8 years, we've lost more rights than ever before. You know,
mm-hmm.
that's the fact. Not only that, we went from a 10 million debtor nation to over 20 million just 8 years. Impossible.
Yeah, never gonna pay that back.
Hey. You know,
they don't care. They'll just print more money. It's not their problem, right? They can just print more money for now, and then it's the next president's problem, or it's the next generation's problem. And we're not thinking about that because we're just so focused on the here and now. And it's not even about making the country good, right? And that's Donald Trump's thing, and I'm not going to get into that much right now. But, okay, Obama gets in there. Is he really trying to do the best for the country, or is he trying to – well, he is trying to change the country. But at the same time, he doesn't give a shit about the future of the country. You know, he put in the things that he wanted to put in, and hopefully they'll stay – well, hopefully to him they will stay in place, right? And after he's done with the president, he's washing his hands of it. He's got book deals to go on, guest appearances, taking his money, sitting back, and not giving a shit about what happens to the country in 100 years. That's the kind of leader we need, is the leader that will sit down and say, in 100 years, I want our country to look like this. And I'm going to try to enact some things that are going to help that country, this country to get there.
Yeah.
But it's never going to happen because there's so many other things at play. One person can't do it. The president can't do it. The country has to do it. The people have to do it. The person watching this video, or me, myself, or you, we have to get on our congressmen, on our representatives. We have to get them out of office if they're not agreeing to what we want, and we have to be proactive. And there's so many people that are not. They're too focused on Twitter, on frickin' Kim Kardashian, and if whatever that guy's name that had the sex change operation is, if he's going to keep his Peter or not. Who cares about that shit? But so many people do, and until they don't, nothing's going to change, no matter who gets into office, bro.
Long hair 13, how you doing out there?
Long hair.
We went from the rights to be criminalized. Mr. Tommy Boy, you. Mr. Partisan Gorilla, nice to see you.
Yeah, just speaking your mind is criminal.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech.
Partisan Gorilla said, nice rant. Super Sandy says, yes, sir. Altindo Fabrizio. What's up?
Been a while since I've seen Fabrizio.
Mr. Tommy Boy 9 says hi, and he says a bunch of stuff. Let's see here. Hope all is well over there. We elected these pricks. Yeah. Super Sandy says stays that way for a while, but eventually gets better. Long hair 13.
Just look at the Roman Empire if you want to see if it's going to get better or not. The Roman Empire, look at that. That's the way that America's going real soon.
Yep, I agree.
Well, you think about it, with the Roman Empire, the way it fell, well, when it was getting close to falling, all their personal freedoms went way down, because when the Roman Empire was first going on, the Romans had a lot of freedoms. They had the freedom to have weapons. They had a lot of freedoms that we kind of have today. But then near the end of the Roman Empire, those freedoms started going way down, and they were getting cracked down on. However, their sexual freedoms went way high. All of a sudden, it was okay to be gay. It was okay to be a child molester. It was okay to be, somebody who was in bestiality. Now that's the Roman Empire. I'm not saying we're doing exactly that, but hey, there's a good possibility of that too, because now that you are born that way, other people are born attracted to things in other ages as well, and there's going to be a fight for that. That's just my prediction. But it's sure enough, the Roman Empire fell at the height of sexual freedom and the bottom of personal freedom. And I think that's the way America's going, because you can kind of see that shift.
Yeah.
Sorry, go back to your shout outs. I don't mean to go on a secondary rant.
No, you keep going there on that, because I was trying to invite Long Hair 13 in.
Yeah, did you invite Rebel or
I did. I invited Rebel and I invited
TJ? Although he's probably in his garden. It is the summer.
TJ. I haven't seen him out there yet. And let's see.
He's always invisible. He's always invisible. You have to invite him whether he's visible or not.
I'll have to do it again.
So while you're doing that, I've been enjoying doing vaping videos. For all of you who don't know that I have a vaping channel, like Kansas Hillbilly Prepper had no idea I had a vaping channel. I do have a vaping channel, and there is a link on my main Poison Stinger channel. It's in my recommended channel. Check it out. If you're into vaping. If you're not, I don't give a shit. You don't have to watch it if you're not interested. I'm not gonna be like that. Please stop, please. I don't care. I've been having fun. I've been having fun over there at that channel. Been posting stuff on Instagram of some of my sick ass builds, oils for vaping. There is an art to it.
You gotta tell us what's going on with vaping. Some of these people.
Well, just like all the other freedoms in this country that you have to have permission from Uncle Sam. Same thing for vaping. The FDA is trying to eliminate 99% of the vaping products on the market today, and they have a bunch of reasons. But I'm not going to go into all the litigations of it. But really, if this passes, and they've already said what they want to do, and if it passes, 99% of the stuff on the market today will be gone, absolutely gone. The only people left that are going to be able to provide vaping products is going to be big tobacco and Wall Street-backed cigarette companies. And the stuff they put out is shit. Nobody in their right mind that really likes to vape and is quit the way I have it uses those. It's those old, they look like a cigarette or the pin-style vaping devices. They suck, right? And what it is, and they did this, they came out with this regulation stuff 1 month after the major health studies came out proving that cigarettes is 95% safer than traditional cigarettes because it doesn't have the tar. It doesn't have the cancer-causing chemicals in it. It has propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin, which is found in most additives of food that we already ingest. There's also nicotine in it, but it's natural nicotine, not from tobacco. It's actually from other kinds of plants that have nicotine that occur in them. So they're trying to consider it a tobacco product, but there's no tobacco. Not only is, okay, let's say the juice was made with tobacco, then they should make that the tobacco product. But no, they're not. They want to make this the tobacco product and this the tobacco product. They even want to make the batteries, which are flashlight batteries, tobacco products, where you have to get approval from the FDA to have them out there, prove that they're not going to be attracted to kids at this stage, and all these things. Why? I don't think it's because, I think they do know that it's safer, but at the same time, millions of dollars are being lost. 25% of smokers have switched over to electronic cigarettes since 2007. That's a big hunk of change. Not only are you affecting big tobacco, who have billions of dollars and still have a lot of the people that fight for you in government, lobbyists. They have a lot of lobbyists, right? But also big pharma. Because now, instead of going to the patch, the gum, the inhaler, people are trying e-cigarettes. And this is working where the gum and the patch and all those other things really doesn't work for very many people. It does for some people, but very few. I think they did another study that people who try to quit with e-cigarettes have like a 60% chance of quitting forever on regular cigarettes, whereas the other products are like low 20%. So they're trying to ban it. If you're interested in fighting this fight, visit CASAA.org, CASAA.org, or follow notblowingsmoke.org. Great websites to check out. I list it in all my videos on my vaping channel. And if you're interested in that, as I said, there's a link in my main channel of where that channel is. And if you have any questions, just put a comment down and I will be more than happy to answer those. As I love talking about vaping. We can talk about vaping all day. Call it the Purple Lizard Lounge Vape, or the Purple Lizard Vape Lounge. That's not copyrighted, right?
Right, not copyrighted. But you know, it's. I don't know. I like the. I believe the government's just overbounding us, and we got it. Only way we're ever going to beat it is if we all get together. And if we don't do it, then we're all going to be oppressed.
It's going to cost. It needs a revolution here. There's just no way. There's so many regulations. Just leaving the e-cigarettes out. Can you have unpasteurized milk? Yeah, if you have your own cow or you have your own goat or whatever you're milking, right? Can you buy it from your next door neighbor? No, because if you do, you could potentially go to federal prison for years for selling you raw milk, which is a lot more healthy for you than pasteurized milk.
It pissed me off. They went because they had a little bit of milk and the cheese at that farm down there in Missouri. I used to live in Springfield. We used to go there all the time, and my cousin worked there, and you know she loved that place, and those people were really nice, and they didn't deserve the shit. They treated them like hell. They walked out there and just walked all over them. Closed up their.
Let's remember the FDA is the same people who closed down little kids' lemonade stands because is that lemonade pasteurized? Do you have a permit? All this shit. Land of the free. Land of the free? Home of the brave? Land of the free? Come on now. Ain't nothing in this land free.
Yep.
You want to be big? You free enterprise, right? How many businesses have started because of electronic cigarettes? Local businesses, big businesses that make these products. So many jobs have been created from the e-cigarette companies. But they don't have enough money to, compete with big tobacco, and big tobacco don't like it because they're taking money out of their pocket. So guess who wins that fight in the land of the free enterprise? Hey, John.
Welcome.
Hey.
Now John can go on a rant.
I got Eric C sitting out here. If you want to throw him a link.
All right, Mr. Eric C, you getting you a link.
Mr. Ronnie Swanee?
What? Yes.
Swanee!
Been a while.
There he is. I've got him on my list. Come on in. You're the next contestant on this dais, right? I just sent it.
Probably did it wrong.
I didn't either. I hit the Eric C.
Yeah, it's probably some other Eric C. There's probably a billion of them out there.
Yeah, well, you can't miss his blue.
You got it right. You got it right.
I got it right.
There it is.
Robin Swanee. No, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Ronnie Swanee still lives.
How you doing, bud? Long time no see.
Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm alive, damn it. They keep telling me I'm dead, but I'm alive.
You won't listen to him?
I won't let them kill me off.
Well, it's good to have you back online, buddy.
They thought they had me dead.
Couple times.
I went to my doctor this last week, and I asked her. I said, "So, what's our plan? You know, so I don't go back down again." And she said, "To be honest, I don't know how you lived, so I can't tell you how we're going to react. We're going to study this."
Yeah. Don't you love it when the doctor says, "I have no idea"?
Yeah, she has no idea. And for everything, I should be dead. Is her exact words.
Well, remember the great irony. All doctors are practicing.
Yeah. Dude, and I think you're right on that. I mean, I watched House for a long time, and I thought, well, how stupid he has to go through all these other things to find it. But really, all they're doing is throwing darts at a board that has a whole bunch of lists of things you might have.
That's right.
And medicating you on each one of them. Let's see what this one does.
Basically, we're all guinea pigs.
And eventually something either goes right or it goes wrong.
It's like penicillin. Did you try penicillin? Try it again. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Try penicillin? Try something psychological so they'll quit whining. That didn't work? Give them a painkiller. That didn't work?
Now that when I was in the hospital, they gave me, I think it was 8 different, or the one right before when they got rid of my pneumonia. I had had pneumonia pretty much for 2 years straight, and well, they couldn't do anything for my foot because I broke my ankle. That's what saved my life, is my ankle got broken. But they couldn't put me out of the hospital because I had a broken foot. So they sent me to this other part of the hospital that was like a respiratory specialist. And the whole time I was there, all they did was rotate different types of antibiotic. And then all of a sudden they found one that was working, and it kicked its butt.
Like I said, at the top of the list it says penicillin. And then the second one says, did you try penicillin? We'll try it again anyway. You know, that's our best one, you know.
Yeah, basically.
You gotta try all you can.
Still complaining? Give sedatives. Right?
Exactly.
Now
Knock his ass out. Hey.
Propofol. It's time for propofol.
Exactly. Did you guys watch that video I put up there?
The rant?
No, not my rant. The video about the rant. What my rant was about. The video of my rant was about.
You mean the Muslim thing?
Huh?
What am I missing here? I just watched your video, like, what?
Yeah, the Muslim thing.
There was a little video of the Muslims.
Well, yeah, right. That's what I'm saying, right. Yeah, no, I saw it.
Yeah. So what did you think of that?
It's... I think we have a lot of people in a lot of frickin' denial. And,
Yeah.
I mean, when you have video of people that are like, okay, in case you're confused, all right, here's what I plan on doing to you. Don't be confused. This is what I plan on doing to you. And people are still walking around confused going, but that's not what they're about.
Right.
Whoa, wait a minute. I beg to differ, and I'm pretty good at differing. They said that's what they're about.
You remember the whole Hitler and Mein Kampf?
Yeah.
Way beforehand.
Oh, yeah. Hell, that motherfucker wrote a book.
I mean, they're sitting there. They're going, okay, so we're all Muslims here. Now raise your hand if
I know.
you kill for the Quran.
Right. There was not a whole lot. There wasn't a whole fucking lot to be confused about. It was very, very simple. Look, room filled Muslims. Question: you kill. Hands go up. For this or for that? Yes or no? Don't say anything else. Yes or no? You kill for that? They all went, hell fucking yeah. Yeah, no, I saw it. I watched it, and I was, I puked a little in my mouth, that kind of thing. But yeah, it was just, it's psychotic, fucking insanity that there's a lot of people that are lining up going, no, nah.
They're peaceful.
Well, no, and you know what? That video's been copied probably, I'd say, I don't know, 1,000 times on fucking Facebook in the last, maybe 24 hours. And I would tell you this, it's still going to be nothing more than a video watched by a group of people and ignored by another group. That's what it is. They're to the point right now where they really don't give a rat's ass. They're right. Everyone else is wrong. And if you don't agree, it's not because you don't agree. It's not possible nowadays to not agree. The only thing that's possible is for you to either be a homophobe, an Islamophobe. You have a phobia. And if you don't agree, we'll just figure out what you don't agree about. We'll tag the word phobia to that, and that's your fucking problem.
Well, I guess I'm a Islamophobia Obamaphobic.
There you go. It doesn't matter what it is. You've got the phobia.
Yeah, and you're a racist if you don't like Obama.
Okay, so I'm a racist Obamaphobic.
Fred Hume had a good quote where he said, you can't talk to someone about reason when their opinion didn't derive from reason.
I don't know. You and I were talking about that the other night, last night. Yeah, and that's so true. If you have no
way, you can't reason them out of it because they feel that way. That's how they feel.
That's right. And the crazy part to me is how fucking insane some of this stuff's becoming, where it's like, as you're bashing a young lady's head in, you're literally bashing her head in, and you're excited and happy about it. Why? Because she has a Trump t-shirt on. Yeah, wait a minute. What's the message? Tolerance through intolerance, peace through violence, love through hate. What is your fucking message?
Justifying the ends to meet the means.
I mean, I don't even get you. It's reached the point now where there's not even a sane or rational, you can't even put it in a fucking container and go, okay, you're just a freaking stupid ass. You can't even put any of this, because now it just bounces between containers. I mean, you got people out there beating the crap out of people. Why? I don't like the fact you're here. Wait a minute. You're talking about freedom of speech. That's right. It's my freedom of speech to bash your fucking skull in for you exercising freedom of speech. So I can't exercise it, but you can. Yes, that's right. Right. I'm liberal. I'm a liberal extremist. It's just fucking nuts. It's
hypocrisy. It's because it's derived from freedom.
Right.
When the liberal left media bashes Donald Trump's hair every chance they get, and then the one time he calls Rosie O'Donnell a dog or Kari Fiorino, they're like, men and women are equal, but how dare you say that about a woman? You can't talk
liberal
about a woman's...
Remember, he can only talk about a liberal woman like that. He could never bring that up. I mean, I'm sorry, he can't talk about a liberal woman that way. But if anybody wants to go after Palin,
yeah,
all bets are off.
Yeah.
Well, look at today. There's so many people that are out there.
Frankly, as it should be.
Because there are so many people that are out there today going, it was very, very nice of the president to take Joe Biden and fly down to Florida and, show respect. How about the scene where the president was under a tent and they were unloading dead bodies of our soldiers, and he waved at the camera and went, okay, hopped in a golf cart and left?
Yep.
What the fuck? Where's the importance here? Where is the importance here? Soldiers were arriving home in body bags. He went golfing. An opportunity now. And I'm not saying anything about gay. I'm not saying anything about homosexuality. I'm not doing any of that. So, whoever's going to start screaming, just go to hell. But the point of the whole thing is All today was a photo op. That's it. He doesn't love you. He doesn't want to go to Florida because him and his family and Michelle and the kids, they feel for you. They
It was
do.
worse than that. To push his
He
political
calls,
agenda.
he calls
Right.
the Muslims peaceful and beautiful, but then you watch that little video right there, and them saying it's not that hard to figure out. If they say that you are bad and that we need to kill you, we'll kill you.
Right, but he still will contend. Oh no, that's a different. You know what? It's to the point now where we have this. There's a bag full of stupid shit and a bag full of watch your ass. Make sure you're reaching in the bag full of watch your ass.
Yeah.
You're there because this. I've said this 100 times, Kansas. I can't even begin to explain. I can pretend that it's got to be this theory or that theory, or there has to be some sort of a rationale or some sort of a logical standpoint that makes nope, not at all. Couldn't even begin to tell you where the hell their brains are at. It's just quite simply lunacy.
Brains are up their ass, I'm telling you.
It's lunacy.
I think that he's lazy, right? Like, if he wanted to take on ISIS, that's a huge ordeal. It's taking on, like, he never really did anything in 8 years. I think, people overestimate. Ronald Reagan did this. He was very anti-abortion, right? But he never did anything about it. He just call at the anti-abortion rallies once a year. I'm on your side. Click, right? And I'm not trying to dog on Ronald Reagan. I'm just saying I think President Obama, his whole presidency was that path of least. Oh, it's all peaceful. Hate Ashbury. Come on, let's all get along. Because that's the easiest fucking way, right? Taking this shit on head on, staying up at night, getting calls at 3 a.m. and all that. That's bullshit.
Oh, no way.
He knows what the Muslims are.
I gotta eat ice cream. I ain't got time to deal with this shit. I'm in the White House.
Right.
They got the good ice cream. I ain't dealing
What
with
really
this
gets me, I wish people would pick up is, why should we be punished because those assholes want to follow their religion and go off and shoot a bunch of people?
Because that's not
It shouldn't be our. They shouldn't take our rights away.
That's not the real reason they wanted to come get your guns, man. That's just the excuse they are using.
That's correct. That is correct.
For other reason.
Oh, I know.
Remember, in your neighborhood, let's say your neighborhood, Kansas, okay, there's a break-in. There's another break-in. Now for 4 nights in a row, there's break-ins. We got a neighborhood watch. Now we put up a neighborhood watch. All right? And there's some more shit that happens. But the neighborhood watch can't protect you because they haven't got enough leeway. They don't have quite enough leeway. They need to be able to come in your yard. All right, so you gotta give up that little bit. Let us come in your yard, so you concede to that for your protection, your family's protection. And then it's not quite enough because they're jumping in your backyard and we can't get to them. We can't see them because they're in your backyard. I need to be able to pass through your fence and go to the backyard. Before you know it, they're all over your yard. They're all over your yard, and nothing's happening. But you gave them that right to go in your backyard, and now it's hard to pull it back. It's almost impossible to pull it back. They're walking all over your yard.
Come on my property, I keep you.
And you're the only one saying that they can't get on your yard anymore.
That's right. That's
All
exactly
you're
right.
thinking you're crazy. That's the crazy guy over there that doesn't want them on their yard. He's gonna make it so that people rob us for some reason, because he's not allowing them what they need.
Damn right I am.
And then before you know it, your neighbors are going, "You've got to let them in your yard. If you don't let them in your yard, the criminals are going to stay in your yard and they'll all kill us."
Then go get
Let them in your yard.
That's all I'll tell them.
Right, I'm just saying, it's a dumb analogy. It's a dumb analogy, but it's an analogy. And before you know it, everyone's against you because you won't let neighborhood watch in your yard.
I seen a news report today. Gun sales to gays are up 100 or 65% or something like that.
Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
You know
What
what?
idea.
They went after what's his name on Twitter. and shut him down for speaking out. He got put back on. I forget his name, Milo or whatever. But it was interesting to see. It was interesting to see. Oh my God, Twitter shut down a guy who's a self-proclaimed. I'm not hating here, folks. So don't start fucking screaming. He's self-proclaimed. He's a gay guy and he's conservative. Good to you. Do whatever, man. That's fine. Whatever. Be yourself. But they shut him down and turned off his channel because he became enraged. But he became enraged for the wrong reason, according to Twitter. He was mad at the system and the fact that the system had let this come and let this be, and that people weren't prepared and they weren't ready to defend it. Oh, they didn't like that. They didn't like that shit. No. Shut that down. Shut that stuff down.
As long as you agree with us.
Right. Freedom of speech, as long as you agree. Are you going to crack someone's head open? It's okay on camera, as long as it's a freaking conservative's head you crack.
See, this is why I don't know. It all pisses me off really badly.
Well, I say all get together and we just go trash out the Muslims.
So you can't do it because no matter what, and this is a fact. It's just if you ever did that, you'd get a wrong person, and then you'd be standing there realizing that individual's ceased to exist is now on your hand, and they were never involved. That's actually not a right. You can't. What that would be is that would be going after a group of people based on their religion, simply because they didn't agree with you, which is exactly what the Muslims are doing. The extremist Muslims, for anybody who's actually listening, I'm sure they're not, but if you are, those psychopathic extreme.
It was natural.
No, anybody who kills for the theory and principle of simply you don't agree with me, they're an extremist.
That's the American government.
Well, yeah, and they are extremists. So let's not be fooled on what I'm saying. The American government is extremist. Good Lord, you got a freaking Muslim extremist in the White House.
Feeling all tall and shit, being able to see around shit.
Oh, that much taller than Mike.
Whoops, I'm sorry, I forgot to mute myself.
She's feeling all tall, being able to walk around and see shit.
Oh, total fail.
Use the button next time.
I clicked it, it just didn't register.
That was funny. I love a good fail. Love a good fail. So, what's new, Mr. Kansas? What's happening? What's going on?
Oh, nothing. I found that stupid little video and it pissed me off. I'm sitting here losing my damn rights for a religion.
Right, but let's take a breath. Let's take a breath for 1 second. Take a deep breath. Put the video over on the left side where it originated. What's happening with you?
Oh, not much. I went to the doctor and they told me that I should be dead. And then came home, found the video, and, well, I decided to bitch about it.
So you haven't had a good week. You haven't had something good or positive must have happened to you in the last week. Come on, share something with me,
My
brother.
birthday happened. I take it back. My birthday happened on the 6th. I got a brand new TV.
All right. So you got to wake up. You got to have another year. You got to see all the family members. You got a brand new boob tube, which
Yeah, the kids bought me that.
that was awesome. Kids, new TV. Got to see the sun. Sun rose.
Yeah.
That was nice. Every day above ground, right?
Yeah, and then it's been too damn hot the rest of the week, and it's been terrible.
Yeah, but you got air conditioning, so you'll be fine.
I got air conditioning, but it sucks.
Well, that's good to hear. What'd you get for?
But I'm alive. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I am alive.
Eric C.
And
just
the
said
guy
happy
with the doctor
birthday.
nuts because you don't know what to do about it.
Eric C. said happy birthday.
Well, thank you, Eric.
Yeah. What kind of TV did you get?
It's just a Sony. It's
Oh,
a little small
Sony.
thing, but like 31 inch. But,
Oh man, that's nice.
yeah.
You
It's
can't,
cool. I'm enjoying it. Got me an
can't see.
RCA little, what do you call it? Little remote, you know.
Well, it was very, very nice of the kids to get you that.
Yeah, I thought it was. It was cool of them. I wasn't expecting it. It was something out of nowhere. So.
That's the best stuff.
Yeah.
And if it ever breaks, you can go shoot it with your AR on video.
Got my AR. It's over here. And I'll watch it very closely. Unfortunately, the gun place where we went is closed right now because they're going to make it a bigger one so they can open up. They're making it like because right now it's just like a handgun, you know, close situation.
Take a trip out to Kirbyville. Go shoot the shit out of it there.
Yeah. Ain't bad place. I was thinking about down by Kiowa, down by the Medicine River there.
That'll work.
So it's a beautiful area. Used to go fishing down there all the time in the summer after every the fishing holes. I mean, they're like all there is a little bit of water and where it's down low, and you can sit there and watch the fish.
I remember that on the just off Taneycomo on Branson Mountain, Coon Creek. That was it, Coon Creek.
Great. Yep.
Just off Lake Taneycomo.
Yep.
On Branson Mountain. I used to go trout fishing down there with corn and cheese.
Yep. Corn and cheese.
Corn and cheese on treble hooks.
Belt also works.
Yeah, I remember that.
I love corn. I used to catch it down in Sterling Lake there. All you had to do was put corn on and you pull up carp. Like
Yeah.
after we caught one about 100-pound carp, but then about 2-3 weeks after we caught that one, they all died. It was like out of some blue algae.
Yeah.
Something.
That derived from canned corn?
No. He's a freak, Kansas. He's a freak. I remember in 1974. I was at Bull Shoals. You know where Bull Shoals is, right? Yeah, that's where I caught my very first carp was at Bull Shoals.
Wow.
Yep.
How far is that from you?
Oh, that's 4 hours away, right?
Oh, wow. Not far, though, really, compared to Maine.
Right. Well, for where I'm at now in Maine, yeah, it's a world away. But yeah, I lived.
Kannapolis Lake was my favorite fishing ground. I used to hang down there all the time because you go to Kannapolis at night used to go to the theater down there for they had the outdoor.
Right, they had the drive-in down there too. Yeah. Oh yeah, I used to go. Places that I usually hang around down there was Olathe, Lane. Now there's one a lot of people don't know about, Lane, Kansas.
Lane
I used to go to Lane a lot. There was a whole blind population. I had some friends that worked in that group. They did basketball nets, if I remember correctly.
They went down to pick up women.
Yeah. And then I used to go to Lawrence a lot of Lawrence. I lived in Topeka. And then I lived in Shawnee Mission, and then I lived over in Kirbyville, Missouri, and lived in Kansas City for a bit, and then I was in Independence after that.
And I was born and raised in practically in Ellsworth, Kansas. There at Geneseo, Kansas. I don't know if you know where that's at.
Yes, I do.
I think you missed the damn thing.
Blink your eyes, and it's gone.
It's gone. 312. It's only 312 people now. Used to be when I was there. It was 685 when I was in kindergarten. Now it's 350 people. What's that?
We used to always say it's better to find a place like that in the wintertime. People look at you and go, why is that? Because in the summer the corn's up and you'll never see it.
Yeah.
If you've never been, people that are listening, if you've never been to Kansas, there are actually places in Kansas where there's Milo fields and corn fields. And you fucking, yeah, wheat fields. And you can actually drive, and they're at like car roof height. And you're like just driving it. It's like you're in a freaking video game. There is nothing but freaking, and you got to know your little roads on the side because it looks like a little breakaway for a fucking combine or something. But no, that's the road you got to turn. Go down that one. Oh yeah,
when weed whackers are in, man, then you got to watch out. Crazy, it gets wild then.
Oh yeah, I remember that used to be nuts. That used to be nuts out there.
Yep. Used to go party in Sterling all the time. Go down to Sterling Lake for the night for sleepover.
Oh yeah, Sterling was a good place for keg parties and a good place to get your ass kicked.
Yeah. Hey, I only got my ass kicked once there.
Oh yeah, Kansas keg.
One time too many.
Kansas keg parties. Holy shit! Oh my god. That's just like nut shit there. Oh yeah. Go into, imagine going, for those folks that are listening, imagine going into a cornfield and you park your car and you just start walking, and then all of a sudden it opens up into an area, there's a bonfire and just like a shit ton of people and trash cans with kegs in them.
Yep.
Welcome to the field. Let's rock.
That place out by Lyons, Kansas, the guy had a barn out there, and you go every night. They'd have a bonfire on the side, and then he had music music set up for the barn, and they sit out there and play music all night.
Oh yeah, I remember. Where was it? We would go.
Parties.
It was
My 14th birthday. I had a big cake party. It was awesome. Right off the Medicine Lodge River, underneath that old bridge right off the 12.
Oh wow. Yeah, I remember I went to a few young fella keg parties. You used to get there and go, how old is he? Just turned 17. You go, keg party. Cool. Well, I lived there during the time when, you'll remember this, Kansas, we had 3-2 beer and 18 was drinking. I remember I used to go down in Topeka, Kansas to Luna's Landing and do drink and drown.
Oh, yeah.
You pay $5, and they were like, I used to go to Choke Your Grocery Night, too, which is where you'd sit up there and chug pitchers over a trash can. First one to puke. That's it. Drink and drown was funny because that was a great place to get your ass kicked for taking a whiz. I know a lot of people that are listening might go, what the hell are you talking about? What it was is they put a bouncer in front of the women's bathroom and a bouncer in front of the men's bathroom. And there's this big giant guy that's just standing there, arms crossed. All right, and the minute you pass him, he goes, beer's done. So you'd see fucking people pay $5 to drink and drown. And the idea was you just drink. The first person to take a piss, the first person, is the most hated person in the world because that's it. Now you pay for all the rest of your beer.
Yeah, you're gonna pay.
Yeah, you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Yeah, that's the word.
I learned it a long time ago. Turn the corner, go by the speaker, smile, hold your beer in the air, just let it go. Yes, you heard it here first, folks. John Solar whizzed on the floor.
We didn't party.
Was that before adult diapers? Because I'm thinking that would have been a lot easier to do.
Oh, I don't know if adult diapers could have held it, man. I really don't. Drink and drown was really, really special for us back then because oh God, you'd be like 3 pitchers in, you are dancing a frickin' jig.
You're dancing jig and
nobody has
harsh.
Right, nobody. Yeah, you don't get that much alcohol at 3.2, so you weren't like the happy man you're hoping you're going to be, and you're like, God, I'm like 4 pitchers into this shit, and nobody's gone yet. I am not being fucked up.
I just planted yourself, and you drink, and you didn't get up. But that's the way I always wanted. You just don't get up. Because people get up and they try to do shit, and they fall down, and they're drunk, so they're losing.
I remember a couple of times. I did the naughty and went around the side of the speaker and just stood there and was like, "What's going on? Yeah, what's happening? Don't look at the other hand. No, don't look at the other hand. Just get the head bobbing. Oh my God, it's Billy Idol. Rebel Yell. Yeah. All right. Awesome. No, I'm not pissing. No.
Somewhere you must have been a partier.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have my issues, so.
So what kind of car do you have? I had the Oldsmobile Omega.
69 Chevelle SS with a 396 bored out, and I had that for approximately 1 year, and after it got wrapped around a tree, not my fault, I drove a bullshit Ford Custom 500.
Oh, jeez.
With a screwdriver shoved in the goddamn power steering. With a screwdriver shoved in the power steering.
Mine had a screwdriver ignition.
I had a Kansas Special. It was a POS.
LTD, man. This LTD was brown. It was big. It was ugly. And you're driving around. Everybody's used to you in that small town. You're in this small town. Everybody's used to that little. They know you got the screwdriver. But then you go to a big town. And all of a sudden, you got these cops asking you questions. It's like, oops. It's like, no, my car, man. Check it out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, no, I was like, oh, I love my Chevelle. When she got wrapped around the freaking tree, that it was like Ford Custom 500. And, I mean, to this very day, people go, oh, what? You go, Ford Custom 500. They go, what's that? It's a boat with 4 wheels. It's just a boat. It's great for fishing.
I had one with a wood roof.
Oh man, that car was just, oh my God! But it ran forever. You couldn't kill the car.
Huh.
I mean, you just couldn't kill it.
After I lost my kids, actually I gave my kids to my wife. I should have never done that. I gave her back to my wife. I decided to go to all the states, and my dad had my old LTD, and I went down to Orlando, Florida, and there's this I don't know, Orange Blossom Trail down there. I don't know if you guys know.
Yep, no, I don't know.
Anyway, I was sitting on the Orange Blossom Trail. It was wet. You know how that oil gets to going when it first starts raining. And anyway, I slowed down, and we were at a stoplight, and this guy comes barreling flat right in my ass, right? I get out and look. His car is crunched up to, I mean, pretty much close to the block as he pushed up into his, I mean, his car's screwed. And my car doesn't have a it didn't even have a dent on it. The bumper had a little red spot where it hit.
I remember in 70, I think it was, I'm probably going to get this wrong, it might be 78, I think it was 1978, I believe. 1978. I bought a car from this young couple, and I was all so excited. They said the car wasn't running correctly. They weren't sure what it was, but they were willing to sell it for next to nothing. And everything was locked on it. Doors were locked. Everything was locked. It was a convertible, so I was like almost orgasmic.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll fix it. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. So we were able to put it up on this flatbed and get it over to the house. And my father came out and he was looking at it and he goes, "Where'd you get that?" And I was like, "Well, I got it over these folks." He goes, "How much money did you pay for that?" And I was like, "Well, I paid almost $1,300. My father was like, "You could have bought a car for $1,300. I was like, "Yeah, but not like this." And we started looking around. My father's like, "Do you even know what this is?" I'm like, "No, but it looks badass as hell." What it was a '69 Corvair. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I
Chevy
know.
Corvair?
Yeah.
And sure enough, my father managed to get the back open. And I was like, well, let's get the front open. He goes, "What do you mean get the front open?" "I want to check on the engine." He's like, "What is the matter with you?" I'm like, "Well, no, I want to get the front open so I can check on this. And you're busy playing around with all of that, and I need to get the front taken care of." My father's like, "Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do this. What? Why don't you come over here and realize what a dumbass you are?" And I went, "What?" And I went to the back, and guess what? No engine. Nope, no engine. No engine. I paid that money for a Corvair that did not have an engine in it. I'd never even heard of an engine in the back. That was like total insanity to me. I'm sitting here working on the front, and my father now explains to me that's the trunk. And I'm like, what? And I ended up getting this beautiful, beautiful mint green Corvair. Perfect top, perfect interior, not a damn engine in it. Nothing.
Oh man, someone really screwed you.
Oh yeah, they did. Oh, I totally got taken for a fucking ride on that deal.
Did you take it back to him?
No, my father went down there to talk to him, and the guy was like, "We told him everything we know. We told him everything we know. We told him everything we know." And my father's like, "You know what? If you can't even pop a hood, you can't pop a hood. Good luck." That was it. He was done. You can't pop a hood. Good luck.
In other words, you learned your lesson.
Yeah, that was a tough lesson to learn. He did help me sell it though. Apparently, there was a lot of pieces on the Corvair that were worth some money, and I think we actually ended up getting like almost $800 or $900. I think it was right around there. We got like $800 or $900 when we pieced it all out.
The hell yeah! If you pieced it out, you made some good money. My uncle was.
Yeah, but that was '78. Don't forget that. This is 2016. Corvair right now, I'd piece it out for sure.
My uncle was a car. That's what he done with junk cars all the time. And, I mean, I seen him get money making through that.
Mm-hmm. But a young punk who doesn't even know where the damn engine is.
Yeah, that's what they banned. They back then. That's what they played on. You know?
Oh yeah, that was pretty stupid. I'd never even heard of such a thing. I didn't even know what a VW bug was.
Well,
I'd never heard of it.
VW, I think, was my worst thing I ever had. Every VW I ever owned broke down within a month. I don't know why. I swear to God, it was a curse.
I just, for some reason, I just got screwed on that deal.
Now, my favorite thing to ever drive was the old, I don't know if you ever had one, but the old Ranchero.
Oh, the Ranch? Yeah, I didn't have it, but I'm very familiar with it.
I had a 74 Ranchero, and oh, it was sweet. It was running down those roads.
I think Sonic Isn't Sonic using a Ranchero in the commercials now?
Yeah. Or it's either that or a Barracuda. It looks like a Ranchero now.
No, it's a Ranchero. It has to be a Ranchero. It's not a Barracuda. No way. No.
My friend had a Barracuda. Now that was sweet.
I mean, I had great cars too. That later on, when I didn't get fucked over. I mean, pardon my French, folks, but I mean, I had a Super B, which was, I mean, you and I are of the right age to just sit around and kick ourselves in the ass right now and go, why didn't I keep it? Why didn't I keep it?
Yeah, that's only worth like a couple $100,000. I mean, that ain't nothing.
Yeah, I had a 442. I had a Super B, Challenger, Charger. I had a Javelin. There you go, Kansas.
AMC. Hey, my first ever car was I'm echoing. It was a 66 Rambler station wagon, and my mom was trying to get me into a Javelin, but fell through. But man, the only good car to put out looking good was a Javelin, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember I was sitting there, all bummed out, and my friend was like, "What's the matter?" I'm like, "I'm missing his bullseyes. I'm all pissed off. You can't get them. Even back then, can't get bullseyes, man, nowhere. Open the trunk. In the trunk. In the trunk. For the bullseyes. I was like, I am the man. Of course, it didn't run for shit. But I had the bullseyes. Damn it.
They're having a good conversation out here about guns.
I haven't seen anything move. All I've seen is Patriot Gorilla did like 5 or 6 comments, and I haven't seen anything move since then. Am I missing?
Darn up, quit, storm, play,
I see long 13 here.
Great. News great. They're fighting for your guns, and they'll use any excuse they can do to get them.
Yeah, he's an iPad.
You know,
who's got their
and now it's
who's got their video on?
Not me.
I do. Video's on.
They're at.
Swanee.
Oh, someone just joined.
Hey. Welcome, my friend. Long time no.
Who we got there?
I don't think you hear you. You there?
Hello, everybody. Hey, Russell.
I can hear you.
choppy.
Got it. I think I have to
Hey, Joe.
yeah,
Nice to join you.
I'm on, what do you call that? Refresh right away. I'm echoing already. Right back.
Okay, I think he said he'll be right back.
Okay. I don't know where that echo is coming from.
And I tell you what, but that was my favorite, was the Ranchero, because it really buzzed around those old back roads. You go anywhere with it.
Do you now? I remember my first truck. I was incredibly naughty, but I had a Chevy Love. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I remember that. That was my very first pickup, Chevy Love. And then I had a Subaru Brat. Had 2 seats in the back with handles for you to hold on to.
I remember those.
I've heard of them.
Do you guys remember that one car that was four-wheel drive that kind of looked like a Pinto? And it was like kind of jacked up? Remember? Yeah. Yeah, like a Pacer.
Pacer, you had to have a set of goggles and fins to get in that car.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it.
Hey, you on there, Kansas?
Be damn names for
We used to always tease everybody about that. Your mom and dad got a Pacer. Does it come with fins and a pair of goggles?
Acer. You know, my dad's best truck he ever had, and to this day, I got to say it was a pretty damn good truck. He got a Toyota, one of those Toyota when it first came out, the XS, you know, they were just a little 150 truck, you know.
Oh, yeah, the little half-size ones that were the size of a brat.
Yeah, you barely fit a fat guy in one. Anyway, he got that when I was about 4 years old. That was my last one. And he had it for 8 years. And then the guy that bought it off of I think about, I think it was 10 years ago. And he had 500,000 miles. It still had the same train.
Oh,
The
yeah.
only thing that ever changed on that thing was the rear end because my brother
You
pulled it out.
remember, do you remember that dumb little Toyota car? What was it called? B210? Do you remember that, Kansas, the B210?
The D10?
Datsun.
Where is that echo coming from?
I don't know.
I'm turned all the way down.
I already reset.
Let me check myself. Hold on.
It's Joe.
Somebody else sound check, so.
Check, check,
Sound
check.
check, sound check.
Sound check, sound check. How was that? I'm echoing.
Yeah, that's Joe.
Okay, I'll
You, Joe.
refresh again. Be right back.
All right.
I want to make sure it wasn't me. So let's see, who we got out in the chat room there? Let's see here. We have Super Sanity, Gatorid.
Super Sanity is the former Wasser 16 or Wasser 10.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Mark 1616?
Yep.
Well, hello.
Hello there, Mark.
Well, my heavens. Sure, good to see you.
You know, that's the guy that got me into vaping. Thank you very much.
That's the guy that I got to watch Bobby Yankee Ford get drunk the first time on the air with.
The guy that carried your shotgun.
Remember when we made Bobby do the truffle shuffle?
Right.
I remember I had this picture of Bobby. He was like, no! I was like, oh my heavens, oh my heavens. Well, now I know. That's good. That's good. I'll have to swing by real quick and
He
subscribe.
just texted me telling me a bunch of stuff that if there's kids on here I can't say.
I watched this video, Kansas. Oh man, I gotta
Whoa, what the hell is that?
You watched my video. Yeah.
That's the chat in the chat.
Oh, okay.
We'll be right back.
Well, Hello there, Mr. Super Sanity.
Yes, yeah.
Good to see you. Looks like long 13 hairs out
So
there.
we have the guy that's answering the guns in, and let's see.
Tommy Boy is out there. Let's see. All of us are in here. Partisan Gorilla. I guess that's it. Either that or I can't read. Probably can't read. I was in Kansas for a long part of my life, so I might not be able to.
That's what she said.
I tell you what, Kansas has done me good.
All right, Kansas. I'm going to give you the old GED.
The old GED.
Yeah, hang on one second. Let's see. Let's see if you.
My brain work.
Let's see. Let's see if you can read the old Kansas GED. Here you go, brother. To pass the Kansas GED, all you got to do is read that aloud.
Mr. Pig, Mr. Not Pig, Mr. Lib, Mr. Pig.
You just failed the GED.
Yes, I did.
What that says is
MR pig.
MR pigs, MR not pigs, LIB, MR pigs.
Hey, listen, Spot. Apart.
Him snakes. Him are.
Pigs.
See them itty bitty eyes. Yeah.
I heard you, Joe.
I'm not getting a picture here.
Oh, golly.
Yeah, audio, no video. I think I might have to restart. Be right back.
All right. Well, you're getting better. I can hear you a little bit better this time.
Okay.
3 or 4 times the charm.
Having problems with the computer.
All right.
But you're better.
Give me a moment. I'm going to go speak to Nietzsche.
To who?
Nature.
So, Mr. Eric,
Yeah,
how you been, man?
same.
How's the duck?
It's going good. It's going super good. Awesome. On Facebook, we're over, like, cumulatively over 500,000 likes.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's going good. Lots of hunting this year. I just went trout fishing. That was fun.
I'm going to have to start getting on Facebook more. You all are on Facebook more than you're on damn YouTube.
Yeah, you should get on Facebook. People want to talk to you, especially when you didn't have your computer for so long. Sorry, Russell.
I interrupted you, but I know he don't get on because I post a lot of stuff. He never sees it.
I just don't get on that much. I've gone there. Of course, after I died, I mean, things are different now. In my head, it's like really weird. Things aren't the same, or I take on the same thing.
Well, doesn't your video work?
Yeah, my video. Hold on.
We'll make sure you're not a robot.
You want to make sure I'm not a robot? Okay. Well, I just didn't want to break my camera because it looks at me.
Yeah, there he is. Look at that short hair.
Yeah. Kind of hot.
I believe it. Well, it's good to see you. You look well. You know,
I'm doing good. I mean, actually, I'm doing better than what the doctor said I'm supposed to be able to. Supposed to be dead by her.
I can't believe a doctor would ever say that.
Yeah, she said, I asked if she's dead. You can ask my wife. We were standing there. I asked her, I said, well, what's her deal? And she goes, well, I don't know. She's dead. So give me a little bit to figure out what we got to do next. I was like, okay.
Like after she took your blood pressure and shit, she said that?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Well, see, I'm supposed to be dead by all. They told my wife to just get all the goodbyes said and et cetera, and I was gone. Now I'm back, and they don't know what to think.
Was that when you had pneumonia?
Yeah, I had pneumonia, and then they sent me that place. I mean, they told me they weren't able to do that. They said my lungs were on whiteout. So,
What does that mean?
means they're so white, there's so much stuff in your lungs that there shouldn't be any place for air or oxygen.
That's crazy. What is that from?
It's supposed to be, well, from my pneumonia, it's supposed to build up in my lungs, the stuff build up in my lungs, the water, the excessive water.
Yeah, it's like every time I vape.
Like drowning in yourself.
Can you get it like drained out and shit or what?
No. You have to pretty much do like you did, use the antibiotics, dry it out of your lungs, and put oxygen. I'm tethered to this damn oxygen cord forever.
Well, don't light any fireworks off.
Oh, that's no fun.
Yeah, don't do that.
Jeez, that's no fun.
So do you have to go to the doctor regular then?
Oh yeah, well, she don't want. She says I'm good enough now. I can wait 3 months, but she was. I mean, I was going all every 4 weeks. They don't even know what's. I mean, they can't tell me why I'm back. I just say hell won't have me. God won't take me. So I'm stuck. My
Yeah,
wife.
pneumonia sucks.
My wife said I'm torture her now.
Well, that's no fun at all, man. That's not a good birthday present.
No, it wasn't. But I mean, the good thing is I have been out. It's been recovery, a lot of physical therapy because I couldn't walk after I broke my ankle. I mean, I literally broke my ankle off my foot whenever everything happened.
Don't.
I'm not good at that either. Like, I could chop my own finger off and be alright. I see someone else hurt, I'd almost pass out.
So I got this nice little zipper up beside my ankle. I got like a little L steel bar in there. It goes down from the ankle down to across the foot, and then all kinds of little screws and stuff
Sure.
that go through the bones.
Does that feel nice?
But I can walk now. I can walk most of it. So
Well,
I've been working out. I do these little calisthenic things so that I can continue to get better on my use of my. But I can walk. I'm walking about 140 feet. To not be able to walk that. Russell remembers that over 5 or 10 when he was here. And I'm walking up to about 150 now.
Damn. Yeah, walking is good. You gotta walk.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk. You can ask. Yeah, you can. Russell, I can. I walked a good walk. I was pretty much almost dead.
Yeah, I wore your ass out, man.
Yep.
But I got you out of the house, and you had a lot of fun. So there's that.
Yeah. Fortunately, they shut down my good gallery. Yeah, they. I can't believe how well I am doing. I mean, I could probably do about 5-6 times what I did with Russell with the team down there.
Hold on. That's good. Keep it up, man. Don't. You know your physical therapy is going to end. Don't end your physical therapy.
Well, I just got rid of her. I'm on my last week. My last week physical therapy, and then I'll have my nurse will come over, and then after that, I can either go to like it's a system we got set up so that I can go to the pool and work out at the hospital, and so they got a little program for that. I'll probably end up in there.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. But
So you're gonna have one of those nurses come over?
they come over, and whenever they end my service, then I go into this deal.
Uh-oh. Someone's on attack mode.
No, she wants attention. If she don't get her attention, she gets mad. Oh, shush. So,
Automatic weapons aren't banned.
They're just really hard.
Special licenses.
they're supposed to.
They're not supposed to be. It's like, it's very specific. What is it, like before 1962 or something like that? And you gotta buy like a $40,000 tag or what the flip ever. And then if anyone in your family touches it, it's a felony. And right?
That's the same as banned.
What is it? What do you guys know?
They haven't got it yet.
I don't know what it is. I just thought the joke was funny.
Yeah, it's cool.
I didn't know he worked for the government.
Yep.
Was he TSA?
No, Homeland Security.
What was that, TSA?
Homeland Security. And then the last box.
You're such a homophobe.
Almost. Yeah,
Of course.
Jeez.
I thought he used an AR too.
No,
You did.
no, it was 6 hours.
I thought you used a USR and a
MCX carbine. Completely different gun. Well, the AR fires what? What was it? How much per second?
Oh, no, I don't
By
know.
the triggers that fire on the push and the pull.
Well, yeah, but they had some ridiculous thing like 700 rounds per second. I was like, what?
See, I don't think they've flown for as many as you got.
They don't even think.
With Poison Singer's Bumsky, he can.
Yeah, he's got to change.
50 rounds in about 16 seconds. So
Right, but he's still got to change the magazine.
Yeah, but you had to stick for that. Keep firing until you change the rifle.
I mean, no matter what, you fire, 1,600 rounds, you need to start paying attention because shit's getting really hot, really red, and problems are on their way.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing that don't make sense. The barrel would have been overheated. There would have been, I would think there would be probably a jam. There couldn't be every damn bullet that day.
What they were saying, when you look at it logically, 700 rounds. Let's say 300 rounds. Let's just say 300, which is less than half of what they said. 300 rounds per second. That means one of us has the ability to disconnect and reconnect 10 magazines, fully loaded, in 1 second.
Wow.
That's just freaking stupid. Boy, it's doing 100 rounds a second. You're going, what? That's like more than freaking 25 magazine change in 1 second?
See, that don't.
Right?
A lot of it don't make sense because I remember with Russell, even on bumps, when after he got so many, his barrel was so it was causing a problem. It would melt down too.
Well, you start hitting that. If you were just like fire, I mean, just going. You're just going. And as fast as you can change magazines, you're changing. By the time you hit 4 or 5 magazines, you're going to start encountering some slight failures.
Yeah. That's my point. There would have been often failures in that.
Well, that was the big issue with the M16.
Yeah.
When it would go into automatic, if they were in issues, they would change magazines. Now, those guys couldn't fire. In Vietnam, they couldn't fire at the rate that they're claiming we can fire now. And nothing's really changed. I guess you could get it.
I don't see how he pulled up so many shots. And then walking around, he didn't really know what he was doing. If you think about it, he was popping them in the head. He didn't pop them in the head. He was shooting them through the body. That one guy, he was shot once. He laid there like he was dead. He walked back, shot him twice more in the body. And if you were really meaning to kill people, you'd aim at the head when you come back, right?
Well, all of that's not even. The guy went into the situation with harm in mind. That was what he had in mind.
Yeah.
Did he plan it? Sure, he planned it. There's no other way but to plan it. But what they do is they run to, let's make this as dramatic as possible in this direction, and instead of thinking of the horrificness of the crime, and the fact that it was a crime, and the fact that it was terrorism, and the fact that all these other pieces of information are involved. What they have to do is they have to stop and go, yeah, but what's going to suit the agenda best? What's going to suit the agenda? And that's what they start preaching. Remember Texas, the Texas one at the airport. MSNBC was reporting there had been a shooting, and there was a whole bunch of different places that started carrying the shooting. There was no shooting at all. There was a rocking. The airport thing was not a shooting at all. It was a guy throwing rocks.
Yeah.
The cop shot, yes, the cop did shoot. But the perpetrator, the perp, so-called, was throwing rocks. Was it right? Of course not. But he was throwing rocks at his ex-wife and the kids, and he was throwing rocks, and he wouldn't stop, and the cop felt threatened, so the cop shot. Whatever, we can go down that road a different time. But the alleged shooting was a rocking.
Yeah.
And as soon as that came out...
They're saying a machine gun. They're saying... I was talking to my mom and my sister, and they watched Good Morning America, tip of their tongue, gotta ban machine guns, right? I'm like, no one used a machine gun. But it's the narrative. It's
right. and they are comfortable with that. That's fine for them. It was a machine gun. It was, it was a horrific, oh my word, it was firing a bazillion rounds per second.
Oh, what's next? You need a bazooka?
Yeah, but what are they going to do when the first nut bag that Obama let in sets off a vest? Then what? We're going to ban the vest?
Boston Massacre.
Well, those were...
they were bombs.
Right, but those were pressure cookers. I'm surprised
they didn't do shit, right?
I'm surprised they didn't ban...
The rug.
I'm surprised they didn't start banning pressure cookers.
They did almost.
They swept that under the rug that it was a bombing completely.
I mean, they about then. I mean, if you would have looked at the jargon, they were talking, and then all of a sudden it changed because of the DuPont or whoever it is that does the.
Right. But once you get a little grain of truth that starts coming out of here, they start changing, and then it becomes nothing would have ever happened because no criminal has ever broken the law. So if you take away all guns, then criminals can't have guns. That's the important thing to remember. If you take away, nothing. Don't ever mention that Eric Holder and Obama were involved in Fast and Furious.
Oh, I know.
Don't talk about that. No. There was people who died as a result of that, but we don't want to talk about that. We can't talk about that because that doesn't look good. So if you ban all guns, then criminals will behave because criminals by their nature will behave if there's enough law.
That's actually true.
And that is what a fucking psychotic sounds like.
No, there are lots of countries that the law is so strict that there's very, 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 very little crime.
Right, and there's also very, very, very little rights.
No, absolutely. They chop off your hand.
Right. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to end crime in America, then you just pass a law that says you commit any crime, we'll cut your dick off.
Exactly.
There you go.
Done.
And you're like, oh, Kansas was speeding down the street in his little buggy. Whoop it out, bud. Whoop that puppy out. She's coming off.
And they hit it, and it doesn't chop off. They say, damn, he's made of iron.
I mean, yeah, you can go wackadoo enough. Eventually, you will figure out something. I just thought it was total irony that the shooting, there was the alleged shooting at the airport in Texas, was a rock. And the very first killing in the history of the world was a rock.
Yeah.
Seems we may have come full circle.
What they try to put through. I mean, our government is so crooked, and they feed us so much shit. How much are we going to take? And if you look at our what our forefathers put out on their own paper, our independence. You look at what it says, how much you put up with,
But don't forget, our youth is gone. That's one of the things. Some people get irritated when I say that, but our youth is gone. The youth is they're lost to this mentality of video games and everything's free and free college and I don't got to do anything. We've lost our youth.
It's true.
So you've got the guys like us that are sitting back here going, I don't give a shit. I'll sharpen a stick. I don't care. I'll sharpen a stick and stick you in the freaking eye, you son of a bitch.
Exactly.
But there's not a lot of us left. There's just not a lot of us left. They're working on us with time.
It's true. There's not a lot of them.
I got sticks laying all over my yard.
Oh, fucking A.
Rocks too.
That's right. I'll be sharpening them right there. Bring it, you fucker. But we've lost a lot of our youth. We got boys and girls arguing with their parents.
That happens all the time. Nixon, like, wanted John Lennon, who is the most famous person ever, kicked out of America because of the same type of reasoning, right? Like
We had the 80s, figure out something out of everything. Make a knife out of it. So
whatever it takes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get back to fishing on Taneycomo so I don't go crazy here.
yes,
I'm gonna start screaming about the youth of America, and you're gonna have like 2 subs left.
You don't think that, and I don't want to get you screaming, but you don't think that the kids that pissed all over every vet that came over from Vietnam, flower power, hippie, all that shit was just as worse as the
Oh
shit?
yeah, and their mom and dad are working on it now.
Yeah.
They are working on it right now.
They are mom and dad.
I actually,
Your grandma and fucking grandpa now.
right, I actually got stopped, it was almost a year ago. A lady pulled me over with my vet plates and went, "Baby killer." I just looked at her and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Wow.
CIA admits to create refugee crisis as weapon.
You're like, it's 2015 when it happened, and you're doing what? A 1974 chant? And she might have been 20. You're like, oh, wow. You are such a fucking messed up child.
Yep.
You need to find a rock and smack your head really hard. And pray. Nonsense falls out one side and intelligence goes in the other.
It's different, but I mean, my teacher always said you got to find some way out. If something happens to you, you got to look outside the box, and you always got to look outside the box. That's what they always taught me.
Oh yeah, it's a smart thing to do. Right now, the best. I mean, it just seems odd, but right now, the best we're able to do as a collective group is literally wait.
I mean, all we can do is get together and talk about it right now. But
Right.
the thing is, we got to do something soon because it's coming to the time that we're gonna have to.
I don't know where it's going or how fast it's going to get there, but we are on the way to a very bad place.
But it's getting really, really, really faster than I really want to see it go.
I have to agree.
I mean, just like that little video that I put up there. Those guys sitting there, yeah, we'll do it, we're going, who will go kill Farala? It's like, oh my God, they're going to go kill Farala. That means that for every one of those suckers sitting in there, they're going to go commit a crime somewhere. They're going to go kill some gay guy first, and then come after us second.
That guy was.
So it's like, what are we gonna? I mean, why do we have to do that? Why do we have to put up with that?
Because Obama's Muslim. What do you
I
want?
don't give a shit if Obama is he's not God. Obama is goddamn the president, and that's it.
But in his mind,
He's God, yeah. Sure.
don't forget, one of the craziest, wildest things that's difficult to understand, difficult to digest, is power. Power is a drink that it intoxicates the soul. It intoxicates everything. Power is an incredible high that people, they just, wow, they cannot. Look at Rothschild. I mean, good Lord. There are people out there that have spent literally generations, seeking the power.
True. It's very true.
I mean, you got London. Look at London. London and England and all these guys that are out there. When you hear them talking all this shit, and when I say talk shit, anyone who's listening that's from those areas, I am saying talking shit. So make sure you understand I didn't stutter. They talk all this noise about, well, America's not any better, America's not better, America's not better. But remember, they believe that a person can be born better than all other on the planet. That person is called royalty. So when the queen is born, or the prince is born, they are better than others. They are so much better. You must pay them taxes. You must pay for their life. You have to, their nobility, their royalty. You have to pay special fees to them just for being. The queen doesn't have a job. She didn't do a fucking thing. But she gets a lot of money. Why? She was born better than all others.
Yep.
Now, get your wallet out and make sure you compensate her.
But I mean, even though they got all that power and prestige, power corrupts. We now have a corrupt politician, and it was our government was based on a balance of budgets, and somehow this out of balance happened, and we're supposed to, by what our independence says, we're supposed to be doing something about it. We're duty to do it. It is our duty to clean up this problem. Now, I say that's pretty much the law of the land.
The law of the land is lost. It's just lost right now. Will it come back? I don't know. I hope it does. I hope people will begin to sweep their own front steps and will begin to
I
mow
mean,
their
are we
own.
going to allow them to just keep pushing us around? I mean, are you going to get where, I mean, if they come take our guns, we going to fight at that point? Is that when we got to fight?
Well, I think it's very difficult, Kansas, when you get honest, to speak of a group of people and how they're going to behave. Will it create a holy shit moment? Yes, it will create a holy shit moment. Will there be those that will? Because remember now, there's decisions. I just was on a chat the other day, and we were talking about this. So there's a lot of decisions that have to be made. It's now when I say this, there'll be people that'll lose their ever-loving shit here, and will, oh, you're crazy. But it is reality. I've been in war. I've seen what it looks like, and it's a nasty, ugly dog. And it's a consistent, changing thing every 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 9 minutes, whatever. It's an ever-changing thing. When and if, I hope it never does, but if it ever did happen, and you had an actual shit hit the fucking fan, unbelievable situation, everything's going to change. Your front doorstep is going to change. It may not be your front doorstep anymore. You don't know. You may be, I mean, Kansas, you got troubles, I mean, you may be hauling ass down the street, a little American flag on the back of the cart and going. You don't know what the hell is going to happen because
You see the setup here? That's what I plan to do.
right, and I mean, you may blaze of glory it. I don't know, but it is not something that you can plan for because your neighbor is your enemy.
Yeah.
Just like in if you and anybody who doesn't understand that, look back into World War II and the concentration camps. There weren't just Jewish people. They were Jewish against Jewish. There were crimes against your own group. I mean, it was trying to save your own ass.
Yeah.
And there are people that will sell out. There are people that will sell you at the drop of a dime. So when you're in those types of situations, you never know the outcome, and you can't plan for it. You can't prepare for that. We have a lot of preppers in the world. Now I say the word preppers, and I have a down tone when I say it, because where I come from in Maine, there's no such thing. It was always called getting ready for winter. Okay, if you get ready for winter, then you're a prepper. Whatever, we'll do that. But you have no ability to prepare for the unseen. You have no ability to prepare for the unknown. All you can do is have your mind in the right state, and understand that you're going to be assessing, prioritizing, and executing in a constant changing evolution that is going to just literally rip your brain apart. And there's sad moments that are so sad that none of us are really prepared to think about that. You have loved ones. You have, you can't go get grandma. You can't get grandma. You're not going to get grandma. It's not happening. You have these horrific moments and thoughts that people don't think about because it's not part of prepping. But it is part of reality.
The way I see it is, I know it's coming. I mean, by seeing that little video right there, it says it's coming. And our president can ignore it, whatever. We all know it's coming. And, it's like I said, I plan to do what it takes. It'll do me in. I know I don't plan to be alive 10 years. I don't believe we'll make it 10 years. I don't even believe that if Trump don't get in office this time, I don't even believe we'll have another election.
You may very well be. You could very well be right. I don't have a clue, and I don't know. The only thing I say is, don't plan for the idea that you think is going to happen. Just plan to take care of your family. Just plan to take care of those around you. Plan to take care of.
My dad always said, "Plan for the worst, no for the better." And
you go WROL. You can't plan for that. Not in this day and age.
No.
Not a chance. Not a chance. People that have, I got 5,000 meals ready. I got 10,000 rounds put aside. I got 12 guns. But they go to the movie store. Go to Redbox. Just cruise down to Redbox. There's a shelling at the house next door. All your plans are gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's that. They may be sitting there waiting. You leave. You come back. You ain't got a home.
You know what? In Bosnia, it happened. They took everything. They took every home, every single home. They came door to door and took your home. And nobody went, "Hold on a minute, I'm a prepper. Let me gather my stuff and my weapons and my things, and then I'll go."
No, they took your ass out the minute they got a hold of you.
That's right. So I mean, those are the things that can totally destroy your whole mentality in those areas. So having vision, having the ability to see what's around you, utilize what's around you, being able to assess, prioritize, execute. These are things that are going to be the key. Will be the key if ever that happens. I'm not saying it's going to. What I'm saying is though, in the event something like that actually did happen, your preps, you're this, you're that. That's not going to be it. I
No.
mean, if you have to boogie out, if you got a boogie with 2 little kids, a dog, and grandma, well, you didn't plan for that. That wasn't on your plan, but that's your family, and you need to take care of them. And that's right. You got to think about your family now and take care of them, and you've got to do the best you can in that situation. So you're going to be reassessing, reprioritizing, re-executing. It's a constant evolution. That every 10 minutes you're going to be doing this. It's a constant, always changing thing. That is what war is. That is the beast that it is.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you there. I agree wholeheartedly. I'm just, I want to realize that's the reason I get. Probably the longest time I've ever spent on the computer since I came back, sending that picture around.
So there you go, just halfway.
I gotta run, fellas. I'll
You're welcome out to today. I'm going to close out at least the live part of it, and because it's 2 hours.
You need to get your rest anyways.
Yeah, I was getting down to it. I'm planning to talk about it for 15 minutes at least. So anyways, I like to say bye to everybody. Does anybody have anything they'd like to say out to people out there? We got 3 or 4 out there still.
Thank you much for listening. Pay attention, and take care of your loved ones.
Right on.
Right on. Okay, same time, same place next week. Talk to y'all then. Bye-bye.